morning. Well, I guess it's afternoon now, isn't it?
And thank you for being the only driver that at least wore his driver's suit, so you made it feel extra special up here.
I wondered why they told me to get dressed. I'm like, isn't practice like 3 hours from now? Why am I putting my uniform on when it's 8,000 degrees outside? And it's because I just left a Chamber Day appearance for Office Depot. I'm over here. Then I have to go do my media obligations at the media center after this. So anybody thinks that we just show up and drive is not true. So I've got a lot of stuff to do, and once I get through the media obligations, then I'm going to be crunched for time to get in the car. So they said they know I'm late to everything. So,
but it's stuff like this that you do pretty much every single week, correct?
It gets a little crazier for Indy, but I don't mind doing it here. This is one place I enjoy doing this.
And this is a track. I was there when you won, and I remember out of all the victories, I'm not going to say any, yeah, I will say it. I think that there was no driver on the track that wanted the win here at Indy more than you did. And I think the fans, when we saw that, we could feel that as well. It was really great.
I still don't think there's a driver out here that wants to win at Indy more than I do. So this is my house. This is the place I want to win. So this is home.
You know, we're in an interesting situation that there's all these drivers that are into some sort of trouble that nobody's been talking about you lately. You're kind of just sitting back and it's like, let them all have the drama.
I'm alright with that. It's kind of fun to watch. It's like watching a bunch of kids on a playground, a bunch of little playground bullies messing with each other. But it's actually kind of nice. I'll be honest. I'm all in favor of NASCAR kind of turning us loose a little bit, because that's how. And it's hard to explain because you had to really be in cars and be really in depth in this sport when I started. But you know, we had Dale Sr. and we had Bobby Labonte and Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin and Jeff Burton and these guys that kind of reminded you of how things are done. And when you come in as a rookie, all you want to do is win, and you're going to show these guys that you're as good as they are. And you know, everybody has that attitude that, hey, I'm going to show you. And the veterans are really good about saying, no, we're going to show you how we do it. And that's what it needs to come back to. There's a bunch of these guys that don't race each other right. They don't race each other with respect. And you know, I think some of that's, you know, some of that is shown and come out this year. The self-policing part is, we just got to teach Carl how to do it a little better. I mean, he's good at doing it. And trust me, I'm all in favor. I was actually on Carl's side, but the way he did it was a little bit blatant. But we'll teach him how to do it a little gentler and not crash 15 cars doing it. So, you
know, a lot, and you briefly
went about racing, but if you made that mistake again, you ended up in the wall. And when you were sitting at the bottom of the racetrack trying to get your car started, it gave you plenty of time to try to figure out, why did I get here? How did I get crashed? Why did I get crashed? What did I do wrong? So that's the problem with these young guys. They don't understand it, and you know, NASCAR had us all under such tight rein for so long that there was nothing to make these guys understand that, hey, there's a way we do things here, and you're not going to come in here and just change how we do it. It was done that way before I got here. It's going to be that way long after I leave as a driver. So it's nice to have that self-policing deal. It's just you know, we got to figure out how to get it all under control again.
But do you think
it just gave guys the flexibility to more so say what they feel, and if guys make a mistake out there or keep doing things the wrong way, you just fix it. I mean, I'll be honest, I flat spun Max Pappas out at Sonoma. But I spun him to a part of the track where he wasn't going to hit anything. He kept going, but he just was in the way religiously, and it was like, you know what, I've just had it. And so I just took care of it.
When you get in an incident with another driver and you're walking through the garage and you see him next week, is it kind of like that was last week, or is it like weird, like the next day at school after a fight or something?
Everybody keeps score. They don't forget. Obviously, you know, Brad and Carl got great memories. They got memories like elephants, the way they've been racing each other. But it's everybody remembers. But the thing that everybody keeps in mind also is that, you know, the roles may be reversed the next week. So you know, everybody's pretty good about either forgetting about it the next week, and guys are really good. I mean, I remember when Dale Earnhardt called me the Monday after a race and said, "Do you understand why I did what I did?" And having that phone call on Monday, it was like, okay, I got it, you know, and the next week you learn from it. So guys are pretty good about calling and making sure that they bury the hatchet before they get to the next weekend, where they can worry about racing instead of worrying about watching their back.
The chance of you to win as an owner.
I get doubled up this weekend, which is pretty cool, with Ryan Newman, my teammate, and he actually drove one of our USAC midgets at ORP last night and drove a Silver Crown car with one of our engines in it. So I'm really proud of him. I mean, Ryan's from Northern Indiana, I'm from Southern Indiana, so we are the two true Hoosiers in the field that were born and raised in the state of Indiana. So we're both pretty proud of that, and it definitely makes this a big weekend for both of us.
Feeling good about this weekend?
I'm here, so that's a good start. You know, it's hard to say. I mean, in 3 hours from now when we get on the track, we'll have a lot better idea where we stack up. But I am excited about the weekend. I'm always excited to come to Indy. This is one weekend where my family and my close friends get to come actually do a NASCAR race and watch me run, and get to spend a little time with them before we go back to the weekly NASCAR grind.
Very good. And thank you for being so... I got off easy this time.
I wasn't gonna... I made up my mind I wasn't gonna beat you up here today. So. Don't look at him. He's a little guy. He's fragile. He's got pretty hair. I mean, you don't want to mess him up too bad.
Should have kept my mouth shut. I want to thank Tony Stewart for coming up here.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the weekend.